Hello there, you're watching our television. This is State of Business. I am Pamudha Katukampala. Let's look at the headlines. Government seeks audience with Chinese president. Nation expands platform for foreign cooperation. Welcome back, you're with State of Business, and now news in detail. The outstanding central government debt has increased to 25.5 trillion rupees by end November 2022 from 17.59 trillion rupees from end 2021. This reflects an increase of 7.93 trillion rupees or 45%, partly influenced by the devaluation of the rupee last year. By end November 2022, total outstanding domestic debt amounted to 13.73 trillion rupees, while the rupee value of total outstanding foreign debt amounted to 11.78 trillion rupees. By the end 2021, the respective values were 11 trillion rupees and 6.5 trillion rupees. However, Bangladesh is expected to get back the money which was borrowed by Sri Lanka from September this year, as the country's economic situation is improving, according to Bangladeshi Foreign Minister A.K. Abdul Momen. On January 12 this year, Bangladesh Bank granted Sri Lanka 6 more months to repay the loan after the island nation requested to extend the repayment period due to its prolonged economic crisis. In a friendly gesture, Bangladesh extended the loan under a currency swap arrangement in 2021. Meanwhile, it has been reported that the government has sought a telephone conversation between President Ranil Wickremesinghe and Chinese President Xi Jinping to discuss debt restructuring and the future of bilateral relations. China, India and Japan are the largest bilateral creditors to Sri Lanka. Their assurances are key to unlock the $2.9 billion program with the International Monetary Fund. China has assured that it will offer a 2-year moratorium on debts offered to Sri Lanka through Exim Bank. However, the United States Undersecretary of State Victoria Nuland, who visited Sri Lanka, said India gave positive assurance, but what China offered was not enough to meet the IMF debt sustainability criteria. Now, despite economic, social and political problems, there has been a development in local industry. Therefore, with the aim of promoting the footwear and leather manufacturing, a 25 acres from the Vala Tuna Paper Factory site has been allocated for a new industrial park. Minister of Industries Dr. Ramesh Patran announced this while participating in the opening of the recent footwear and leather exhibition. This is the 13th time that this exhibition was held at the Sirimao Bandaranaike Exhibition Hall. The exhibition consists of 145 stalls. Large-scale, medium-scale and small-scale footwear and leather manufacturers have the opportunity to display and market their products. The footwear and leather industry, which saves foreign exchange for the country, contributes greatly to the local economy. This has directly and indirectly created about 300,000 employment opportunities, and 10 large-scale companies, 30 medium-scale companies and about 3,000 small-scale manufacturers are engaged in this field. The footwear and leather sector has been identified as a value-added manufacturing sector that can promote Sri Lanka's export earnings. The requirement of footwear in the country is about 50 million and the requirement of rubber sandals is about 25 million. 60% of this quantity is produced locally. Currently, the island's need for school shoes is about 4.5 million pairs, which is met entirely by local manufacturers. Today, local footwear manufacturers are able to export rubber sandals to Australia and European markets. Apart from this, 10 leather manufacturing factories are operating in Sri Lanka and produce about 600,000 square feet of leather per month. There are 6 large-scale factories and 1,000 small-scale factories that produce leather goods, and most of their products are aimed at the tourism industry. Stay tuned for more stories after this short commercial break.
IWS Aviation.
Welcome back after the break. You're watching State of Business. Now, the visiting foreign ministers and other dignitaries were invited to participate in the celebration of the 75th anniversary of independence of Sri Lanka called on Foreign Minister Ali Sabri. These include Dr. A.K. Abdul Momen from Bangladesh, Jai B. Rai from Bhutan, V. Muralidharan from India, Take Shunsuke from Japan, Abdullah Shahid from the Maldives, Dr. Bimala Rai Paudyal from Nepal, and Hina Rabbani Kar from Pakistan. During the individual bilateral meetings, Minister Ali Sabri underscored the warm, cordial and mutually supportive partnerships existing between Sri Lanka and friendly countries in the neighbourhood. He expressed Sri Lanka's keen interest to transform its bilateral ties through a result-oriented and mutually beneficial approach. The visiting ministers and dignitaries also highlighted the importance placed by their countries in deepening their bilateral relations with Sri Lanka as a friend and valued partner. During the meeting, the two ministries discussed elevating the multifaceted bilateral engagement into new areas through increased two-way trade, investment, shipping, ports and air connectivity, and people-to-people contact. Minister of Foreign Affairs Ali Sabri and Minister for Education and Skills Development of the Royal Government of Bhutan, Jai B. Rai, discussed taking the friendly partnership to new heights, focusing on education, tourism and health cooperation between the two countries. Minister of State for External Affairs and Parliamentary Affairs of India, Sri V. Muralidharan, reaffirmed India's continuous support for the economic revival of Sri Lanka. The two ministers discussed their commitment to initiate a framework to further enhance business linkages, targeting all potential areas that benefit both peoples. The importance of finding a mechanism to address the issues related to fisheries through a collective bilateral approach was also highlighted. Furthermore, during this period, State Minister of Foreign Affairs of Japan, Take Shinseki, and Foreign Minister Sabri discussed the way forward to increase Japanese investments and business ventures and promoting tourism in Sri Lanka. Japan extended its unconditional support to Sri Lanka in the ongoing debt restructuring efforts and noted that a transparent methodology in the restructuring process is likely to be acceptable to all creditors. A memorandum of understanding between Sri Lanka and Maldives on cooperation in immigration matters was signed by the Controllers General of Immigration of the two countries in the presence of Foreign Minister Sabri and Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Maldives, Abdullah Shahid. Increasing connections between the two countries, including through enhancing trade, tourism, education and health cooperation, were focused on during the meeting. Minister of Foreign Affairs of Nepal, Dr. Bimala Rai Paudyal, visited Sri Lanka as the first official overseas visit after her appointment as the Foreign Minister of Nepal. During constructive bilateral discussions, the two foreign ministers identified a broad spectrum of high potential areas including agriculture, education, culture, tourism, trade, investment and people-to-people connectivity, including through enhancing Buddhist religious links. Minister Paudyal also highlighted the importance of regional cooperation in South Asia. Meanwhile, discussions were also held between Minister Sabri and Minister of State for Foreign Affairs of Pakistan, Hina Rabbani Kar, focused on further strengthening warm and friendly cooperation between Sri Lanka and Pakistan. The sectors of security, education, development partnerships, tourism and hospitality, trade, investment and maritime cooperation were highlighted, in addition to close and friendly engagement in multilateral fora. During all bilateral engagements, Foreign Minister Sabri expressed Sri Lanka's deep appreciation for financial assistance, medical aid and other humanitarian assistance extended to Sri Lanka during the challenging times the country experienced last year. Secretary-General of the Commonwealth, Patricia Scotland, also paid a courtesy call on the Foreign Minister. Minister Sabri noted that Sri Lanka, as a founder member of the Commonwealth, maintains excellent cooperation with the Commonwealth in multifaceted areas. Secretary-General Scotland briefed Minister Sabri on new initiatives and priorities for the Commonwealth, particularly in smart governance and the assistance that could be rendered to the members through digitisation of the public sector and improving the analytical capacity of policymakers. Both parties exchanged views on further enhancing collaboration between Sri Lanka and the Commonwealth in climate change, accessing Commonwealth climate financing, education, intra-Commonwealth trade as well as youth and sports in the context of year 2023 being declared by the Commonwealth as the Year of Youth. Minister Sabri accepted the invitation extended by the Secretary-General to attend the Commonwealth Foreign Affairs Ministers meeting in March 2023. Stay tuned for the stock update. Welcome back here with State of Business, and now the stock update. Trading at Colombo Stock Exchange ended on negative notes today.
The all-share price index dropped 124.28 points to close at 8,975.86, and the S&P SL20 dropped 51.43 points to close at 2,785.19. The turnover was 2.2 billion rupees, and over 56 million shares were traded.
And coming up next are forex rates. And that's all our news for today. For this and more, subscribe to our channel on YouTube and follow us on Facebook. Take care and good night.